Have you ever wondered what the top 1% of any industry, athlete, organization do to go from being seen as excellent in a respective industry to being seen as outstanding, what Tony Robbins calls the 1% difference? Declassify will bring you these leaders and will break down and share the key strategies they did and still do to stay at the top of their respective industries and lives. Good morning. Welcome to Dave Sanderson, Declassified. And today I'm super excited to have a friend of mine, Michael Angelo Caruso, on with me. Michael Angelo Caruso is an internationally recognized author and speaker. He's the founder of Edison House, a Michigan-based communications consulting company. Michael teaches presentation skills drawing on his unique background in the technology sector and the entertainment business. Welcome to Dave Sanderson, Declassified, Michael.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Dave. Thank you.
Well, I want to find out how somebody can move from speaking to writing and publishing. How does somebody do that, Michael?
Well, they really are two different disciplines, this idea of speaking and writing or publishing. And I think that everybody fancies themselves to be a speaker. I always say that speaking is like driving. Everybody thinks they're pretty good at driving, but there are a lot of dented cars on the roadway. Everybody thinks they're pretty good speakers as well. You'll find out how good of a speaker you really are when you record one of your talks and look at the transcript and realize how much editing it needs. It's not quite ready to go into a book, let's say. So if you are developing a speaking career and you're looking to move into writing or publishing, you want to keep an eye on a number of things. First, you want to keep an eye on original content. It's got to be yours. It's one thing to talk in a room full of people where the content is not being captured. But when it's published and it's not your content and you didn't provide attribution, that's called plagiarism. And I know people that have been blacklisted for their entire careers for either intentionally or unintentionally using somebody else's products. It's a very serious offense in the speaking and writing business. So you want to use original content. Another thing that you want to do is start thinking about ways that your content can be repackaged, your speeches, your talks, in different capacities. For example, an easy way to start is just by doing a tip sheet. Top 10 things about such and such, right? Top 5 things you need to know about such and such. It's very easy to do. And, a lot of people in the old days used to think it to be published, you had to actually write a book and have a New York literary agent and all this stuff. Now all you have to do is create a PDF and you're essentially self-published, right? So you create this tip sheet and you remodality. You change the modality, you move it into a PDF, and now you're officially a published author. Congratulations. Let's say you do 10 tips on something. You can now expand each of those 10 tips into a chapter of a book. Now, the book can be an e-book or a P-book. E, of course, is electronic. P is print. If you're going to do a P-book and you want to be considered a serious author, you're going to have to move into 120, 220 pages. Whereas if you just want to do a booklet of 36 pages and make each tip perhaps a vignette versus a full-blown chapter, you can do this. So these are different price points in the market. They are different birthing rates, right? It takes a lot longer to write a 220-page book than it does to do a 36-page booklet. So it depends on how much time you have. It depends on how much ambition you have. It depends on how much risk you want to have in the project, because you put all this time in it and then you're going to really be sorry if it doesn't sell. So you want to go into it easy and you want to have a product mix, if you can, moving into writing and publishing. We say that in the sales funnel for writing and publishing, you're using two sides of the funnel. One is paid and one is free. And again, this is something that people coming up are okay with because they understand the concept of free information. But if you're over 50 years old, you might think, well, I'm not giving my stuff away, man. I'm going to charge for all my stuff. But it's almost impossible to compete in the internet age without giving something away. So that what you might do on the internet is publish a blog post or publish a Facebook post that offers 2 of the 5 tips. And then you offer a link where people can order the full-on product from you. We call them information products online, either, again, by paying something small, a couple bucks, anything up to whatever it is that you want to price it at. One of the top products that you can price is something called a home study course or an online training course. and you can price those a lot higher than an ebook. I always tell people, if you're selling an ebook, you have to price it at the price of the other ebooks. But if you're selling something and you call it something else other than an ebook, you can change the price. You can call it whatever you want. These are some ways that you can move your verbal content into a narrative of a printed narrative of some sort that would allow you to sell online and move from the speaking business to the writing and publishing business. The top people in this trade do both very well. They're speaking, and then they have a written platform that's available to people because, of course, people learn in different ways. Some people like to hear it, some people like to read it, and of course your super fans will do both. They'll want to see you and they'll want to buy your stuff. And that's how you move from speaking to writing and publishing.
Well, Michael, that's some great strategies on how to move from speaking to writing and publishing. And as you just said, everybody learns in different modalities. And if you can be able to do that, you have the flexibility to meet and touch so many more people. If you'd like to get a hold of Michael, please check him out at LinkedIn at Michael Angelo Caruso, and at Facebook under Michael Angelo Caruso likewise. And as my gift to you today, if you would text 797979 and put the word brace, the number 4 impact in, I will send you free as my gift the first video of my upcoming course of overcoming adversity in challenging times. Until tomorrow, this is Dave Sanderson Declassified, and make sure you make all the moments in your life matter.